If I were to track only 3 metrics across my entire roofing company, what would be the top 3 things I would track? Well, let's get right into it. So number 1, I would track lead flow. Lead flow is extremely important because it shows how your marketing is doing, what you can expect to sell over the next few months, and how much revenue you can expect to make. So the great thing about only tracking your lead flow is if you know your average job size, you know your closing rate, then you can calculate a guesstimate of what you're going to be at in the next 30, 60, 90 days. So that is number 1. Number 2, I would track gross profit. Gross profit is so important to your success because it's showing you how much money you're actually making on those jobs and if you need to change estimate values. So if your gross profit falls typically under 35%, I would start to be a little bit concerned. Even in commercial roofing, I like to stay around that 35 to 40% gross margin. In residential roofing, you can stay a little higher. You can be 40 to 45%. And even when you get into insurance, you can actually go upwards of 50% gross margins. So that would be number 2. Number 3 would finally be my payroll expense. So payroll expense is going to be one of your biggest expenses across your entire organization, especially if you have quite a few employees, if you have a high touch business, anything like that within your home services business where you have a lot of expense. Maybe you have a giant warehouse or something, but still your employee expense is always going to be your top line expense within the organization. That is slowly taking a downturn, but we can talk about that in another video. However, track that employee expense. Make sure that you are within kind of a good solid range of 10 to 20% of your revenue into employee expense, going over that, and make sure you're also calculating your 401k if you're offering that, your health insurance premiums, your payroll tax. Include all of those expenses in that payroll expense. If you don't, then they're just going to change anyways when you either hire or have to let some people go. So track those 3 things if you're tracking anything. Worry about the net profit when you get there, but the net profit will always fall in line if you got your gross profit, if you have your lead flow, and if you have your payroll expenses under control. So thanks again, and we will see you guys in the next video.